So are you going to ask me questions or what?
Can't wait, Bruce. It's the actual message from your sister.
Oh, okay.
Sister's
Okay,
message.
well that's she's talking about the book that my brother Jason, my sister Ellen, and I think Sandy's making contributions to a biography of my father. My father played in the big band era with Vaughn Monroe and bands like Red Norvo and Claude Thornhill, and he was the arranger for those bands, which set him up for when he started his own company, writing arrangements mostly for educational purposes, school bands, college bands. He a very prolific composer and arranger, and he started the company Kendor Music, which was their focus was to put out publications that were playable by high school kids that sounded like big band, really big band arrangements, concert and swing, but playable stuff. Because up until that point, which was in the mid 1950s, there wasn't a lot of stuff out there for schools. So his company, Kendor, sort of filled the void, so to speak. As a matter of fact, my band here does a lot of his arrangements. My uncle Rusty was also a composer and arranger and trumpet player.
We are filming today for the Hamilton College Jazz Archive in the Catskills, and it's my pleasure to have trumpeter, arranger, composer, and educator Lyle Rusty Dedrick. Thank you for coming.
My pleasure, very much so.
You're in upstate New York, raised, actually a long line of jazz musicians came from Beach.
Yes, yeah, that's true. That's true.
A lot of them.
Yes.
When you were, let's say, 10, can you recall what the pop music of the day was like, and did it have an effect on you?
To some extent, yes. Everyone in my family had, although I grew up on a farm, a little dairy farm outside of Buffalo, everyone in the family played an instrument. My father played the trombone, not the best, but the loudest ever, in the country bands.
Yeah.
He contributed, but wasn't part of the company. What else? What types of food do I like? I like everything. Too much. So I don't know what you mean by that. I will mention that my brother Chris also did a lot of the free design compositions and the arrangements, and he was a genius, a musical genius, and was always willing to do the work it took to, get his genius across and make a living doing it, and actually became quite well known in Canada. Won a few awards which are equivalent of Emmys and Academy Awards in music. And I think, to put the free design into a nutshell, we were 4 singers who were pretty good singers, and the music sort of reflected his arrangements, and my sister Sandy's, she was the main vocal of it, and that was sort of the signature sound, was his vocal arrangements and instrumental arrangements, plus my sister Sandy's. She was the main voice, although a lot of the arrangements were, a lot of 4-part harmony stuff, very intricate stuff. And so if you go on YouTube, you can hear some of that stuff. Just type in free design, and some really excellent stuff. I think of one in particular, Eleanor Rigby. It was quite amazing. Summertime, which was in 5/4. Those two stick out in my mind right now. But we made 5-6 albums.
reason for leaving. Speaking of the number of albums, right? Did we miss out on that? That's important.
Oh. Well, at one point I decided to go off on my own, and they made, actually I think they made another album after I dropped out. Childhood memories. We were brought up in the country, and we had a lot of experience with farm animals and horses and stuff like that. A lot of sports. We did a lot of sports. Family of 6.
Hiking the football.
Yeah, that was my younger brother, Jason, called Woody, and he and I are still, he's about 16 years younger than I am. So we get together whenever we can. He's in California. He's a professor of IT courses.
Mm-hmm. It's not music related. Mm-hmm.
No, but he's a very good musician. Plays keyboards and he also plays trombone. Trombone is my main instrument, although I was a music teacher, so I ended up being able to play all the instruments to a certain degree.